Oh, not him again. Got you on home ground this time. My Jersey mentor.
This has a familiar look to it, Maurice. In an unfamiliar place.
I'm afraid I'm on morphine sulfate, so I'll be a bit slurred. Okay.
Prescribed morphine sulfate, I hope.
Yes, BID, 10 milligrams twice a day. From my Breton doctor, following the required heavy dose due to this delayed operation.
Do you want to tell us about why you're having an operation? What's the background to that?
Well, last time I saw you in the summer, was it?
Early summer.
Early summer. I'd just been released. I just won my court case after 7 months in prison. And my problem is that the authorities, whilst in custody...
This was in Cardiff?
Yes, in Cardiff Crown Court on the 2nd of December 2009, tried to persuade His Honour Judge Bidder QC, this was the head of the psychiatric prison for South Wales, a director called Dr. Tegan Williams, to... and the problem is that now we can't get the records, and therefore the operation has been delayed and delayed. And I'm actually on the way to Guernsey today to see a ankle specialist. Just happens to fly microlights. But the big problem, that since I last saw you, is that I've had internal information sent from MAPA, Multi-Agency Public Protection Arrangements. This is a very good organisation whereby prisoners on release or people on remand who are dangerous are under surveillance. And I've now got in my possession documents from the 8th of June 2009 MAPA meeting in South Wales Police HQ in Bridgend. There would have been the prison, the police, the probation service, social services, possibly county council, and South Wales Police, of course. And the memos that I've got now, which I've actually put up on my website, kirkflyingvet.com, states that on the 8th of June, several weeks before I was arrested with this armed helicopter and armed police and so on, for trading in machine guns, stated that if I approached the Chief Constable, Barbara Wilding, who's now retired, again, in order to do mutual exchange, that is the exchange of our great files of witness statements in this 18-year running action I've got against her against the Chief Constable of South Wales for harassment out of all proportion, I was likely to be shot. Now, this has only been found out in the last few weeks. The other issue...
have we any idea who was going to shoot you?
Sorry?
Have we any idea who was going to shoot you?
The South Wales Police had licence to kill. Now, because of this medical problem, I've actually put up a plea on my website, and others around the world have set up an online petition in order to try and force the authorities of South Wales to hand over these medical records needed, because the anaesthetist is still refusing to operate because the doctors told the judge this man is dangerous, he must be kept locked up because he has significant brain damage and a possible brain tumour. And so the petition is up online asking for a petition, and we hope to present it to the Prime Minister in Downing Street.
So that we can understand, the petition Is that in order that you can
have my operation?
Have your operation. Why would doctors, I can't quite grasp, why would doctors not want to treat you if you've got an illness which needs treating?
Well, because if I have a brain tumour or if I have significant brain damage, an anaesthetic is risky. And the anaesthetist, quite rightly, and the surgeon has said, look, we've got to have the full record because the GP knows about this. The poor old GP is between the devil and a deep blue sea in Barry because he cannot get the information from the authorities. HM Prison Service have got it, the Crown Prosecution Service have got it, HM, and Dr. Tegan Williams has got it, and Professor Roger Wood at Swansea University has got it. But there's an HM conspiracy. There's a warrant out for my arrest at the moment by HM Court Service conspiracy.
What's the, why do they want to arrest you now? What's the reason?
Cardiff Magistrates Court will not accept the medical records from a specialist in London, from my consultant radiologist, from my GP. He's written about 3 medical reports, and my a psychiatrist I obtained somewhere out in Norfolk, and they've all said, while I'm on morphine sulfate, I cannot be expected to deal with a criminal trial.
The petition you referred to, it's online as Go Petition?
I think it's Go Petition, and it's also on my blogs.
So you can link to it from your blog?
Yes.
And if people just simply put their name on that, and that's going where? Where's the petition going?
Well, we're hoping to take it to Her Majesty's government. I still believe it's the government's responsibility to sort out the meltdown that appears to be going on in our courts in the United Kingdom. I don't know what's going on here in Jersey, but we'll talk about that later.
So, is it not possible that you can just be re-examined for the purpose of the treatment you want?
That is what the French doctors are saying, and they are looking at saying, why can't you just have a brain scan? Well, the NHS of South Wales are refusing to let me have a brain scan. They are refusing to answer my letters as to, can you not order these doctors to hand over this information to confirm whether it was false or it's true. Of course, we all assume that it's false. But what did Voltaire say? When the state get it wrong, it is dangerous to be right.
If you are arrested somewhere, and presumably you will be detained back in South Wales?
Yes.
What will happen there, because they will then have a duty of care for your health there, will they be obliged to deal with these issues whilst they've got you under detention?
No differently to when I was there in December of last year. They put it in writing. They did not even know, the prison said that they didn't even know that I was under MAPA surveillance. Does that mean the South Wales police were doing it unilaterally? Breaking more law? Doesn't surprise me at all.
You referred slightly in jest about trading in machine guns, but in fact it was just one machine gun from a First World War aircraft. What is the final outcome of that particular case? What's actually happened on that particular case?
The trial judge, I called no witnesses, gave no evidence. I met the jury afterwards. They recognised me in Cardiff Street, and they said they'd made their minds up on the first day that I was stitched up. I have been refused no compensation whatsoever, and I cannot find a lawyer in the land to sue them for malicious prosecution.
So you were found not guilty on that offence?
Yes. And
you would want to pursue it as a civil action or a criminal action?
Well, it's cost me dear. It's nearly 8 months in prison with no warning. And 10 Cardiff judges refused me bail, and not one of them admitted to me that I was under MAPA surveillance. I didn't know. And then the rules are that I should have been notified.
The accumulation of all these years of your campaigning on various injustices which have come your way, you are not a well man. The prospect of going back to prison, the public might say, why do you keep going? Why do you keep fighting?
I represent a lot of people I'm a bloody-minded. It's the Welsh blood in me. It's the Jenkins in me. And I have difficulty forgiving. I've got to learn to forgive and forget. But at the moment, I represent a lot of people in Somerset, in South Wales, and in Guernsey, where I lived for 10 years. And they ask me to keep going.
But it's costing you dear.
In a lot of ways, family and health.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to tell people? The petition is up and ready. They can sign the petition. What else can people do?
I think the petition does it because they're putting up their own views about their own views about the state of our judicial system. There is a serious breach in human rights in the United Kingdom because European human rights is one, but the UK Human Rights Act, is deliberately avoiding Article 1 and Article 13 of the 48 Convention, which is coming up for its anniversary in a few days. And that basically is to do with where the government must give you remedy. If you cannot get civil damages in a claim for false imprisonment, I cannot get a lawyer in England to represent me, to prosecute them for false imprisonment. This 18-year civil action started with harassment in 1992 in Guernsey, in Barry, when they had surveillance on me due to phone calls from Guernsey police out of spite. The Guernsey police did it out of spite, and it's gone on and on and on and on and on. But the Guernsey, when that man Blair, wash your mouth out, Maurice, started the 1998 Human Rights Act, which came into force on the 2nd of December, the year after I think it was, they deliberately left out Article 1, which meant that the government, if the courts can't sort out my problems, the government must. And I still have my faith in my local MP, whatever colour. I still believe our democratic system is dependent on our magistrates, lay magistrates, a trial by jury, and our MP. All the old democracy of 1215 Royal Charter, Magna Carta.
Okay, Maurice,
Sorry.
I think we better end now.
Yeah, yeah.